Witness. Name and occupation. Okay, so my name is like Miney. I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's like, I guess, most people call it occult stuff. Even though that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Minnie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, JFA. Is this correct? Well, I guess. If that's the case, let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. After the murder. Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the side room, like really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister! I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. My sister, she like told me something like totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying that person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes. Mimi Minnie. She was the nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh. Well, this is like way beyond his pay grade. Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what that terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Minnie, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. And that's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Any? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There. Are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all those loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now. Was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if he'll make this more entertaining than last time. Like, When the channeling started, I was like asleep in the side room. Or I don't need to read it every time. Was that because of your sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I like think there was some sesame seeds like in the lunch they served that day. I had this premonition that it was going to be a seedy day. Yes, indeed. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat here? Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping? A little bit later, someone came into the room. Do you know the time? Like maybe a little before 11? Something like that, I think. 11 a.m.? Yeah, like my stomach is totally ready for like food. Wait, but that would be really weird for lunch. I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time is it when the someone came into your room. Oh, so like that's what you meant. Like you should have been more like clear about it. Sorry. My bad. No, it's okay. Like it's really... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So like, what was I talking about again? Oh my gosh. Von Karma, please stop this. Witness about this person who entered the side room. Oh my god, totally my sister! Are you absolutely sure? I guess? You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Secondly, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Miney? You were happy in a sad way. Yeah. Like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But like, maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but I like know all about the Kurain channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Should I drop this? No! Question further, always! So you really didn't think anything strange of this whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to think anything was strange, but... Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection. Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright. This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? It is very important. Although, I haven't quite figured out what it is yet, but I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Minnie, please amend your testimony. Like, okay. I'm like, totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, and her costume looked totally normal, but she should have been covered in blood. She should have been covered in blood. Like, yeah, nothing was like weird. Mia's talking to herself like she found something wrong. That's impossible. Can I go on? I'm gonna press to the end, and then I'm gonna go back and present the bloody costume at the previous statement. Didn't I just, like, tell you about it? Did you forget already? He only speaks foolishly. Well, excuse me, princess! Ah. Should I ask to hear the story again? Ask to hear it again. I'm sorry, but could I hear the story one more time? Sure. I'll even tell you all spooky-like for you. That was no accident. Like, how was that? It was a little scary. Like, I'm sorry, maybe I like put too much spookiness into it. She put a lot of thought into this lie, didn't she? We can't rush into it, so take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. Don't give up, but don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected. That was a very well-spun lie, Miss Miney. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are you, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and? But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this, covered in blood. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? Well, that witness. Her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. Ugh, the judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's gonna be. Still thundering. And I persuaded my sister it wasn't right to do something like that. And then I took my sister to the channeling chamber. But you were nowhere near there when Phoenix came back. And you have given us a clear reason why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well. You may continue to question the witness. You may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Please don't. I'm the attorney. Let me out of here. I was only looking at her face. Continue. Wow. The spirit wouldn't have known Morgan, though. At all. And then I took my sister to the channeling chamber, and then you went back to sleep? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on the Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I like to feel a lot better, too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner the better. And she says with her whip at the ready. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, what do you mean? Maybe a dead body on the floor. When you arrived at the crime scene. Nope, nothing strange. So you didn't see a dead body in the middle of the floor. If you don't find anything sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial. I know. We have to give another shot. Doesn't matter how many times we listen, we just can't give up. So I had to present something, I think. Sorry, pepperoni is so good. Because if we say that she was on the way to the channeling chamber, she would have had to pass Pearl, as Pearl was either playing the ball, hitting the urn, or fixing the urn, right? But Pearl was like no one was there until Phoenix showed up right after. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? It's very important. I ask because it is very important. Now that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Like, I don't get why, but okay. Which we can now present the broken vase. Oh, and Morgan might find out. Maybe. I don't know. She might be in the back. Present. Huh. I finally found a fault in, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. Like, urn? There are cracks. Do you see them? So, like, what does that prove? Who cares about some worn out old urn? Like, yeah, I already, like, said I didn't see, like, anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I didn't, like, totally say anything about, like, an urn, did I? It looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there was no way you could have not seen... What? This person! I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes? And how is this child relevant? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. Oh. And she just happened to break this urn. Wait, she broke the urn? Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Whoa! Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. Grr. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Minnie. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she is saying is the witness. So, Miss Minnie, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were during the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified all that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? No way. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room, and I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction. Contradiction? Where is this contradiction? Help me! Oh. Earlier in your testimony, you made the following statement. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one. It's true at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, what does that have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Minnie, how did you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Minnie, you did, in fact, go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. Look at the minor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Minnie, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Minnie. Now it's time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness? She was here, of course. But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't it the crime scene? That's right. She was at the scene of the crime. Order, order. That's why. Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the channeling chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Minnie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? So let me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball. Now, Miss Minnie. One so young as you shouldn't be saying, "Shut it, Gramps," as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen. With the help of this. The box. Miss Minnie, how were you able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime? Is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. The tiny little box? No person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Lotta disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. Your clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright? Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was? Yes. And now, I present the piece of evidence that will prove. I want to say it's this, because they both have bullet holes 8 inches above the ground. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid. As if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. What on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole. About 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. I hope this has opened your eyes to what has happened. At the time of the shooting, The clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Order! Hey there, big boy. Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in the photo is Miss Annie Minnie? That's exactly what I am saying. Miss Annie Minnie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had a plan from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No! Stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do it. Correct. It's not possible. It really isn't possible. For one person to do all the preparation, that is. Need I remind you? The foolish receive no mercy. Wait! Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? Alright, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? Why, you can't be serious. Huff. Miss Minnie, you had an accomplice. Grr, this person. If it wasn't someone from the Korean village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Faye household, you wouldn't have had that box to use. Morgan Faye. Is it that? You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Oh! Dr. Gray was not actually dead yet. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that's why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room? Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Minnie, she immediately covered her own costume with blood and pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through, which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind the murder. Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still, by chance, evolving? What is it this time? Miss Von Karma. Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone with Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright! Your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all the trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Eh? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? We got that. Ha! What? You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yeah. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proved that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm, like, going to explain, so, like, please listen. It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, like, wanted revenge, then, like, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. It was, like, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I didn't think we have our answer. Oh, I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. She stated very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. What happened? I thought I had her for sure. Hee. Just as I, like, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well. I'll now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Miney. Ooh. Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculous, messed up plan for a murder. But, you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It was also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please? If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you prove the reason? I mean, yeah. We're gonna say yes. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. It's already ended. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Ah! Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess, and we will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a second. Ooh.